This is the Xbox Classic. I recently made a video on how much this thing means to me. If you haven't seen it, it'll be in the description. This is the Xbox One. While this also means a lot to me, this console looks boring. And to be honest, the experience it offered was boring. The menus were basic, startup screen was simple, noises were cool but definitely weren't radioactive goo about to detonate my house. I like to look at my old consoles. Their interesting design reminds me so much of a time where everything around was designed with not only the experience in mind, but what the thing actually represented. Like the GameCube. I love the GameCube. It's a cube that plays games. What's not to love about that? It's simple, but it works. It's interesting, and it's pragmatic in that it plays some of the world's most beloved games using one of the best controllers ever made. Or better yet, Rob. Maybe not one of the most pragmatic things ever made, but one of the coolest pieces of tech that I own, and it was an attempt to solve a genuine issue kids face when playing games back in the day. I think a lot of this comes from the upcoming release of the Switch 2. I love my Switch. It's a unique device with that Nintendo twist on it. Maybe not nearly as cool as the GameCube, but I'll give it some credit. The Switch 2 got me thinking about other tech we see on a day-to-day basis. Things like MacBooks, iPhones, headphones, speakers, TVs, projectors. I can't help but feel that a lot of the tech we see and use are just boring. I can't tell if I'm the only one that thinks this, but when I look back on something like the older iMac G3, old radios, or basically any desktop from the 70s, I'm filled with interest. And I want nothing more than to have one on my desk. And yeah, I'm a bit of a retro nerd. I really like a lot of this stuff, but I hope my point is still clear. It doesn't feel like we care about how things make us feel. While thinking about this video, and if I wanted to make it, I had an adjacent thought that hit me a little too hard. Am I bored? I feel as though I live in a world of monotony. Then again, I feel like I was raised for such a world, but that doesn't take away how things make me feel. For me, the things in my life are what differentiate from the mundane. Like this film camera that makes me feel like an important photographer from the 70s. Or my Nothing Buds that give me hope for being a futuristic tech wizard. I own these because of the feeling their design or history elicits from me, and their pragmatism in achieving what their design set out to do. They give me hope, I guess. Hope that one day my kids can enjoy the stories my devices tell. And hope that I may be able to make my own one day. And to be honest, at the end of the day, I am bored. And that's okay. In a world that pays for me not to be bored, I really enjoy the time I spend not spending time. Things are boring.